Welcome, everybody, to another Rev Talk. Today, we've decided that we're going to draw cards, or Reverend Kim is going to draw cards, and we're going to see if we come up with the same insight of what they're trying to tell us for the day. Take it away. You're shuffling away.
Shuffling away in our favorite creatures deck. And the reason why I'm doing the cards and Reverend Beverly is not is because she's stuck in one place.
I'm sitting up. That's a good start.
That is a good start. You're absolutely right. So let's see. We'll draw the first card. Okay, we want to go here. This one. And this one is guilt.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Well, okay, so you and I were talking, maybe that's for me, I don't know. You and I were talking before we came on here because I was working and I don't want to say I was feeling guilty because I was actually working very hard. I was. There was one of those, I was doing an awful lot of work. Maybe I was feeling guilty because I wasn't taking time for myself
There you go.
to give myself breaks. I want to check one thing here because that has me flummoxed. That's a good word. I like that word. Flummoxed.
My dad used to say it all the time.
Okay, so this is what it says in the book, the little book, which I normally don't do, but we can feel guilty about our actions, our past, our circumstances, or even our successes. Guilt can teach us about who we want to be, but we must be careful not to get stuck. Are you showing yourself enough compassion? Well, we all know the answer to that for me. I snorted. Hey, am I showing myself enough compassion?
When I saw that, I immediately was drawn to the black hole. It's just like whoosh.
Right?
And I've been working on, I don't know if it's releasing or understanding, but with all the ancestors that are coming through right now, I've been working on listening to what they have to say, what they're trying to tell me, and then letting it go as if, I didn't listen to them when they were here. As a kid, you don't
Right.
listen to what they're saying, and they're telling me it's okay. And then my daughter bought me onyx bracelet with the rose quartz, and it's supposed to help you release what your ancestors are trying to tell you instead of feeling guilty. You didn't understand that what they were telling you back when. It would have saved a whole lot of time. Do you know how you grow up? You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Hey, I'm all right. But if we had listened back then, we would have been far ahead of the game now. And that hole just gets bigger and bigger.
So for me, it's always a matter of yes, it could have saved us a lot of time, and could it?
It frees us up for other avenues. It's like if we take the wrong path, we still get the same entrance to the new one,
Right.
but we had to go through all the tribute.
But what else did we learn along the way?
Hmm.
That's the other thing I think. Yes, okay, it could have been easier. All right, and it wasn't.
I think that's the key right there. It could have been easier if we would have followed our inner guidance.
Right. So, and again, not to feel guilty about whichever choice we made.
Mhm.
Show ourselves the compassion.
There you go. That perfectly sums it up because that's exactly what it's stating.
All right, so next card, we're gonna go with this one. Okay, kind of what we were talking about. Journey,
Oh,
so don't feel guilty about the journey you're on or the journey you're taking or the decisions you've made because you made them and they're yours, right?
own them, learn from them, and move forward.
with compassion,
Mm.
not guilt.
You're gonna drill that in,
Oh,
huh?
yeah, I am. Because, you know, if I say it enough times, I'm going to believe it, right?
Mhm, mhm.
All right, so let's finish the one more. Oh, that one was yelling at me. Oh, communication.
That's the answer to everything.
Pretty much. Pretty much. You know, again, you were saying earlier, if we had listened to our ancestors and our elders communicating to us, we wouldn't feel so guilty about it right now. However, it's all about the journey and
Mm.
communicating with everyone, whether you agree with them or not, is important. And to, again, be compassionate. Whoops, the guilt just fell on the floor. Ooh. Did it jumped out and fell on the floor? Guilt fell on the floor. What does that mean?
I think communication is a two-way street. We have to learn to listen. And there's so much going on now. If we listen and not form opinions and then go about our daily job, we're not bothered by all of the communications because we've found peace within ourselves. If we take a contact point of something they've said or we heard, then anger and discontentment starts to form inside your body
Yeah.
and guilt. Yes,
Well, that's actually a really good point.
that's true.
Communicating isn't just about talking. It isn't about just forming words and, you know, it's listening to the other person rather than trying to form what you're going to say next.
Yes.
That you're actually communicating with them, listening to them, and taking what they say into yourself and understanding it. Because that is your communicating. And so it's when we misinterpret or we're not listening or we're not
We're not hearing. Do
trying
you
to
hear what
find
I say?
right, we're trying to find the response instead of listening to what they're saying.
Mhm.
I think that's where guilt can come in when you've misunderstood someone. And of course, part of our journey is to be able to communicate with everyone that we come in contact with, everyone that's on our path. Now, you don't have to, take everything that everybody says and say, oh, that's gospel, because it isn't. You're honoring that person for their contribution to a discourse that you're having with them.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter about right or wrong. It only matters that you're honoring that person by listening to what they have to say. If it resonates with you, okay. If it doesn't, that's okay too.
Mhm.
You don't need to disagree with them either. You don't say, well, you're wrong. That's it's not right or wrong. It's just honoring that person and having the communication with them.
My dad always used to say, there is no right or wrong. You're the one that puts a right or wrong on anything said.
Exactly. Exactly. Very smart. It's very true. It's not about it's not about right or wrong, and there is no right or wrong. What is right for you might not be necessarily right for somebody else. So it's a very subjective term. It's right or wrong. And what about the facts? Well, you know,
I learned something factual to in my reading, and
well,
I don't remember what it was, but it stuck with me. Funded reports or there was another word too, but funded stuck with me. Reports means somebody paid for those results, where sponsored just means they're sponsoring their items to evaluate. They're not funding an answer. And
Yes,
I thought, well, that was kind of interesting because you get all these, oh, this chemical is good or this product's good, and you don't know till you try it. But those are funded results.
right. Yeah,
And I never that and that was quite interesting. I don't even know where I heard it, but I heard it someplace and it
that's
was really
good.
it made sense to me.
Yes, it does.
So
It does.
So you can always form your own opinions. You can listen to everybody's, but form your own and beware where you're getting your opinions to evaluate to form, which I would never have thought of.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. So again, don't feel, don't carry around a lot of guilt with you. Let's suck into the
That
black.
big black hole. And the cat's just looking at it. I call him a cat, the creature.
Remember to stick to your journey. We're all on the same journey. It's all in our own unique way. But remember to communicate as you go along because it will make your journey far more enriching to yourself and to those around you as well. So what do you
Very
think, my
nice.
dear? I think that was fun. I love my creatures deck. So with that, we want to thank you for joining us on another Rev Talk. And let's see, today's the 21st. Next week is Thanksgiving. So we will either be joining you on Thanksgiving or we'll pre-record and send it anyway. Haven't figured that one out yet.
You'll be
Must be some
cooking.
communication going on between us for that. But we want to remind you to be gentle with yourself and to be kind to yourself and to remember that you are unique in all the universe. There will never be another just like you in all of space and time. You are powerful, you are cherished, and you are loved. And without you, the song of the universe would be incomplete. Until next time, my friends, be well.